Hello. Oh, it's already recording. So now you have the other perspective of the Gompa, of where I'm sitting. So this is how I'm usually sitting. So you see the Buddha on this side and Tara on the other side. Okay, good. So what we will do, we will just send, oh, hi, Dani. I saw you before, but I didn't have almost time to say hello. So we will just do the Chenrezig sadhana. And so it won't take much time. It's just, with the support of the Buddha, like an Chenrezig is, wait, I show you the picture. We do the four-armed one. Can you see it? Or not? Not yet? Okay, then I'll try again. Now you should be able to see, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Thank you. So this is a manifestation of a Buddha's compassion. So I thought to finish the day by sending out light and by reciting his kind of requests and prayers, this would be a very nice way to finish the day. So if I close my camera, because I have this picture, which I find this really beautiful. I mean, wait, I make it a bit bigger. He's got, oh, that's turning it. Oh, there. Because he's got such a beautiful face, that one. It's really one of my favorite pictures of Chenrezig. I mean, look, compassion. And so when you visualize that it's made out of light. It's not like, two-dimensional, it's three-dimensional. But what is important, it encompasses compassion and wisdom. The wisdom to see things as they are, meaning empty of any inherent existence, but also to hear or to see the suffering. Chenrezig is called the one who hears the cries of the world. So, and of course, his wish is to help, and his wish is to guide. So he cannot wash away our negativities like only from his own side, but we can take his energy to nourish our Buddha potential and to eliminate the negative karma that we have created by visualizing the light coming into us. So basically, sadhana practice is very simple. Because one has a guide, like a manual, what to do. So all you need to do is to follow it and to say what it says, to repeat and to think what it says. So, but to have to trust that because of all these beings who have become fully enlightened, that they have the ability to influence us, because we know that we can be influenced by angry people, by loving people, by kind people. So then when we take refuge, you visualize, I close my camera because then on the thing you can see the picture. Right? Okay. So if you have like speaker thing, then it's easier to visualize. So we think that this manifestation of love and compassion is here, and caring just for me. And so we can totally open up our hearts and really, as I said, the story I told before, we can ask what we want. Yeah, we can ask for help. It kind of voicing where we still have difficulties and seeing what we still need. It makes our mind clearer in which way we want to go. So by taking refuge in bodhicitta, you visualize this four-armed Chenrezig in the space in front of you. He's sitting on a multicolored lotus and on a moon disk. The lotus symbolizes renunciation, the moon disk bodhicitta, and the shape or the figure of Chenrezig, or sometimes called Avalokiteshvara. Chenrezig is Tibetan, Avalokiteshvara is Sanskrit. So it's this figure of Chenrezig, which then symbolizes wisdom, which is the three principal aspects of the path. So just if you can think that you are sitting in front of a perfect being, and very often all the Tibetans, they are 100% convinced that His Holiness the Dalai Lama is in actuality Chenrezig. It's just due to our deluded mind, we see him as an ordinary being, but as a matter of fact, He is the Buddha of compassion. He is Genresic. So try to feel how that would feel. That would feel to be in the presence of somebody whose sole intention is to be of benefit to you and who has the ability and the capacity to do that. So in order for these Buddhas to guide us, this is why we take refuge, because we need to abandon our arrogance, our pride. We need to recognize that we need guidance, and we need to have the trust that so that we let them guide us and we do these methods. And the trust only comes from listening to the teachings, reflecting on these teachings, whether that appeals to me or not, and then meditating on them. And then you see how this fits together and how this really starts to make sense, more in a psychological way than kind of in a cultural, religious way. Yeah, how all these methods are to make our mind clearer, more stable, more relaxed. And so the compassion and wisdom is being nurtured. Now, again, if you're not Buddhist, because I see there's again a lot of people on the things. So if you are not Buddhist, then you don't need to say these things. You can even change them and you say, I go for refuge until I'm whatever you want to become. So then it won't be the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly, but to perfect teachings, for example, to perfect methods. Or if it is a figure, a form, a higher force, you can also do that. And then the purpose of this is why, because you want to become like this being, and then why, because you want to benefit all sentient beings, because this is our potential. So we do this 3 times. The visualization, as I said, if you have a guru, then you unify that guru with the form of Genresic, because then you receive the blessings. I mean, doing these practices, if you're open to do them without skepticism, without being cynical, without kind of going, oh, I wonder what is this, it really kind of brings water to your dry intellectual mind. It is so beautiful because our own Buddha potential and the fully enlightened Buddha, they can unify. And then when we think, oh, this is my guru, it now is in the form of Genresic, white, translucent, 3-dimensional, body made of light, like in his heart is a moon disc also with the syllable 3. Don't worry so much about the visualization if you're not familiar with it. Just like, this person, this perfect, fully enlightened being now is in space in front of me, and it is my guru. How wonderful that I have contact with this being. And you will see your heart totally opens. And then these qualities that we already have, like the seeds for these qualities, they can really grow and they can flourish. So it's kind of a kind of devotion, but a devotion that comes from the study to see that these methods work. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merit, by my merit, by merit that I create from giving and other perfections, may I attain the state of a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. So it's not just for this life. It's not just to be a little bit happier now. It is until we go the whole way and we have eliminated for us to be under the control of our negative emotions, and we have developed all the potential of universal love, compassion, wisdom, and skillful means. Isn't that wonderful? I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By merit that I create from giving and other perfections, may I attain the state of a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By merit that I create from giving and other perfections, may I attain the state of a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. Then the 4 immeasurables, and we start to take a little bit responsibility, like we can meditate on them shortly, but you're thinking, oh, wouldn't it be wonderful if all sentient beings had happiness and the causes of happiness? And so we nourish the trust that all beings can be happy. if they create the right causes. And since everybody wants to be happy, at one point they will start to create the right causes. But the more confused we are, the unhappier we become. But it would be so wonderful, that we think that everybody deserves to be happy. Nobody deserves to suffer. And then we take responsibility and we think, may I be able to make them happy and help them to create the causes for happiness. This wish to be of benefit, this wish not to harm, but this wish that whatever contact we have with people, it will only benefit them. It will only make them happy. Not so that they love us and we become famous and all this. No, for their sake. And then we understand this is very difficult. So we ask for blessings. So Chenresig is in the space in front of us. So then we say, please, Chenresig, inspire me to be able to do this. We recognize that we need help. Then Chenresig can guide us, and then he can help us. The next one is compassion. On the coming weekend, we will do these 4 things more like in detail. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. You see, we can't really be happy when other people suffer. And there's so much suffering on this planet, just the suffering of pain. Then if you're a Buddhist, when you see the suffering of change and the all pervasive suffering, sometimes it's enough to become discouraged. But we shouldn't, because giving up, it's not going to change anything. We have no choice. We can't give up. If we want to be happy, we need to work with these things. So we think how wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were free from suffering and the causes of suffering. I will guide them to that state of freedom from suffering, and I will guide them so that they learn how to stop to create the causes for the suffering. The purpose of my life, to be of benefit to others. Try to taste that sentence. People think their life is meaningless. The purpose of my life is to be of benefit to others. And being of benefit, it can also be you're very poor, somebody helps you, you benefit them because they create or they can practice generosity. Or when you are sick and you think you are helpless and hopeless, people can care about you. So they create a lot of positive karma. So that is also benefiting them. So don't think that just like benefiting them is that you have to do something. No, you let them do something. So then we ask for blessings from Chenresig. Please bless me that I'll be able to do so. And then, okay, you want to start? I should start the video, she says. Sorry, I have my eyes closed. Okay. So then immeasurable joy. So then in the Buddhist tradition, one knows that the nature of the mind is pure, and we can never lose that purity because it's in the nature. The same way, the moment there is water, there is wetness. Water is wet, it's its nature. When there is no water, it's not wet, but when there is water, there is wet. So when there is mind, there is purity. It's its nature. And we can't lose that. But it is covered, like the sky is covered by clouds. But knowing that everybody can become a Buddha, nobody has to, but everybody can. This creates a lot of joy. And so here we rejoice in the good things that people have, yeah? And we rejoice that everybody can attain the state of like good rebirth, liberation, and enlightenment. May all sentient beings not be separated from higher rebirths and the bliss of liberation. I will guide them to that state. Please bless me to be able to do so. And then equanimity, and this is for us really to know that we don't have equanimity, so this is where we have to start. May all sentient beings abide in the state of equanimity, free from attachment and hatred, free from holding some close and others distant. So this is for us to kind of to see that shared and common humanity. There's no reason why one should be happier than the other. Everybody deserves to be happy. So then you think about your root guru, who now is in the form of Chenresik. To my root guru, the quintessence of all refuge objects, I go for refuge. Please bless my mind with your transforming powers. To my root guru, the quintessence of all refuge objects, I go for refuge. Please bless my mind with your transforming powers. To my root guru, the quintessence of all refuge objects, I go for refuge. Please bless my mind with your transforming powers. So then you visualize on the crown of your head, seated on a white lotus and moon disk, is the protector, my root guru, Chenresik. He is white in color, has one face and four arms. The first two hands are joined together at his heart, holding a wish-fulfilling gem. This is how he's holding us, as if we would be a very precious jewel, protecting us, holding us, cherishing us, being happy that we're there, no matter what we do. His second right hand holds a crystal rosary that is reminding us of the practice, while his second left hand holds a white lotus, so that's for wisdom. He's seated in the cross-legged Vajra posture, clothed in fine silk garments, and is adorned with precious ornaments. The syllables Om, Ah, and Hum at his three places, so there's a white Om at his crown. Don't forget he's transparent, he's made out of light. There's a red Ah in his throat, and there's a blue Hum in his heart. They emit light that invites Guru Chenresik from his natural abode. Guru Chenresik dissolves into the Guru Chenresik on my crown, who becomes the essence of the three refuges, which is Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Because we don't believe that, our visualization has some power, we have to invite what we think is the actual Chenresik, and then he kind of sinks into the one on our crown. Then the seven limbs. Again, we could spend a lot of time on this, but we won't. It's just to create 7 positive mind states. I prostrate with body, speech, and mind in faith. That means we show respect and appreciation. Beautiful mind state. Each and every offering I make, including those really performed and those mentally transformed, the mind of giving, spacious, beautiful, no agenda, just the joy of giving. How wonderful. Then we confess. This is also a very positive mind who has the courage to say, yes, I do create negative actions again and again and again and again. I have wrong views, and I know this is the cause for suffering, and I want to be free from that, and I will be more vigilant in my actions of body, speech, mind. No shame, no guilt, just, a very sober mind who sees, yes, the suffering is my responsibility. I want to be free from it. I'm sick and tired to be under the control of my negative emotions, especially the self-cherishing. I confess all negativities collected from beginningless life in samsara. I rejoice in the virtuous actions of all ordinary and noble beings. So it's also a very nice mind. We rejoice in all the good things. And then we request, please Buddha, by living as our guide until samsara ends, reveal the teachings to all sentient beings. So then we are sure that we want the teachings, and then I dedicate my own virtues and those of others to the great enlightenment. So for the happiness of all beings. By the virtue of offering to you, assembly of Buddhas, visualize before me this mandala built on a blaze, resplendent with flowers, saffron water, and incense, adorned with Mount Meru, the 4 continents, the sun and the moon. May all beings share in its good effect. So we visualize offering a perfect universe where nobody suffers. Idam Guru Ranna Mandalakam Niryatayami. So then to Arya Chenresik, whose body is pure white, unstained by defilements, whose head is adorned by the fully enlightened Buddha Amitabha, to you who gaze upon all sentient beings with eyes of boundless compassion, I prostrate. So as we recite the mantra, you visualize a stream of 5 kinds of nectar white, red, blue, yellow, and green. Again, we could go, on about what that symbolizes. Some of you might know. For the others, it doesn't really matter so much. You just know 5 different colors for 5 different negative mind states. So it's like, having medicine. This medicine is for that. This medicine is for that. So it takes care of everything. So it's a multi-medicine. This one with the 5 colors kind of purifies all our negative tendencies. So stream of 5 kinds of nectar: white for anger, red for attachment, blue for wrong views, yellow for arrogance and miserliness, and green for jealousy. I mean, to eliminate it. Pours from the heart of Chandresik, enters the crown of my head. The nectar purifies all delusions, obscurations, and their latencies, and I receive all these blessings. So it just kind of pours down and it pours into us. So we can do the long mantra maybe 3 times, and then we do the short one. And actually, before we do it, I think it's good to do the request, because this is from Patrul Rinpoche, this request, and he kind of just, confesses to Chandresik what is still happening to him. And then when the nectar pours in, we think that all this gets purified. Praise to the beautiful 4-armed Lord of the world, sublime embodiment emanating from the unity of all the victorious ones of the 3 times, possessor of all knowledge and holder of the lotus. Your immaculate feet beautifully ornament my crown, because he is kind of sitting there. May the karmic pollution of myself and others be washed away by the cool tear of your compassion, great loving protector, sole refuge of pitiful transmigratory beings who have no guide. You generated bodhicitta first and then reached the extreme limit. O merciful one, please behold with your compassionate eye the beings of the evil gone caught in realms difficult to escape, experiencing the individual results of evil actions as hell beings or pretas, amongst animals, asuras, and so on. Behold with compassion the thoughtless ones who return empty-handed. Even their high rebirth was without meaning. Their human bodies were so rare and fragile, but their lives were consumed only in suffering. Amidst their endless actions, the Lord of Death arrived. Behold with compassion tough-skinned beings like me, who maintain a religious manner but do not achieve the great meaning, being overwhelmed by attachment, hatred, and the 8 worldly concerns, without having subdued our minds by observing cause and result. With compassion, please lead those without refuge on the path, for when their vision of this life fades, the vision of their self-created karma rises as the enemy in the bardo, and they are taken on a precipitous route by Yama's messenger. Look upon us with compassion, O Lama Chandresik, Mother attached by compassion to all sentient beings, who is the special soul refuge of the snow land of the whole universe. May I and all others quickly attain your state of enlightenment. So we do this long mantra once, and then we do the short one. And you visualize this light is coming into you, and it kind of, goes into your whole body, and you lose the solidity of your body, and your body also becomes a body of light, because, on a more kind of nuclear level, the body is not as solid as we think anyway. So you just kind of increase the frequencies of these kind of things whizzing around, and you keep your form, but all the organs, bones, blood, flesh, and all this, it just dissolves, and you become a body of light. And first, so we think, the nectar goes into your heart chakra here, and then from there, that light kind of spreads out into the body and pushes out all the solidity, and then also pushes out all the negativities in the form of dirt, as if we would be taking an internal shower. We kind of get cleansed from inside. So first, the 5 lights, they're in your heart chakra, and then they grow, and then they push out, like they dissolve all the solidity and push out all the negativities of all your pores. So we do that one. We do like this. Namo Ratnatrayaya, Namo Arya Jnana Sakara Virochana, Vyuharachaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyak Sambuddhaya Nama Sarva Tathagatebe Aratebe Samyak Sambuddhebe Namo Arya Valokite Shoraya Bodhisattvaya Mahasattvaya Mahakarunikaya Tayata Om Dara Dara Diri Diri Duru Duru Iti Vate Tale Tale Pratale Pratale Kusume Kusume Vare Ili Mili Cinti Chola Mapana Yeso Om Mani Pemme Hum Om Mani Pemme Hum Om Mani Pemme Hum Om Mani Pemme Mani Pemme Hum Om 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 Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. And so we continue to recite the mantra, and you dissolve all your negativities first. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. In case some are still left, Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. And your body is a body of light. For those who know about emptiness, you think you're not just dissolving the solidity of your body, but also your 5 contaminated aggregates. So if you want, you can even dissolve, even dissolve your form. This is for the ones who have Chenresic initiation. Then out of that empty space, you arise as Chenresic. So yeah, anyway, if you are practicing, you know how to do that. And for the others, as you continue to purify and this light keeps spreading in your body, once it has attained like your skin, like the shape of your body, then you think now the light is pouring out, not the negativities, but the light of your merits, the light of your compassion, the light of your wisdom, the light of your love, of your determination, of your courage. This light represents all these things, and you let it go out in all the direction, to the east, to the west, to the north, to the south, above and below. And as it goes out, it touches each and every sentient being, and it transforms them also into a body of light, because that would be the natural kind of thing that we have. All the suffering finished by sending out this light, and everybody transformed. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. So what we're generating here is the readiness to do that. I know that people have to purify their own negative karma, but here what we do, kind of we generate, or we nourish the wish to be able to do that. We nourish the wish to be able to become a Buddha by just visualizing that this is what the Buddha is doing, sending out light rays that inspires people, kind of helps them on the path, and helps them purify their negative karma. Oh, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. So don't ask, how is this working? Why is this working? This is not the point here. Here you just have to do it. Think, I can now purify the karma of all beings. While the light rays that I'm pouring out, which is the Dharma, actually the knowledge, the wisdom, the compassion, they are able to practice it, and then they also turn into a body of light. A little bit like this, yeah? People are listening to you, people are practicing, people are transforming their 5 contaminated aggregates into the form of Chenresic, and you visualize that this is really happening. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Om 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 Om Mani Padme. And then in a very, very simple way, you just feel very happy about it, that during the whole day, you did your best to generate a good heart, to forgive, and now to be of benefit to all sentient beings. And then that's good enough, you know? So even though maybe we made mistakes and all this, so we just rejoice. We rejoice in the positive energy that we and all others who have been practicing today, whether they're Jewish, whether they're Buddhist, whether they're Christian, Muslim, Baha'i, whatever, whether they're atheists or agnostics. Everything that has been done today with a good heart, meaning wanting to be of benefit to others, we dedicate, we give it away. We're not keeping it for ourselves. We give it away maybe for those people who don't know how to practice, for those people who are very cynical, very negative, who don't trust the potential of their good heart, so that they can also discover that actually the nature of ourselves is to be compassionate, loving, kind, and peaceful. Then we do the formal dedication. May I quickly become Arya Chandresik and lead all sentient beings to his enlightened realm. May the precious body-mind not yet born arise and grow. May that born have no decline, but increase forevermore. So then, you know, from now on, whoever hears me, sees me, thinks about me, talks about me, touches me, smells me, whatever, may it only be of benefit to them. This is the purpose of my life. This is the purpose of having my human body, to benefit as much as I can and to abstain from harm as much as I can. May there be peace. May there be happiness. May we all be able to live that potential for happiness that we all have very, very, very quickly. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much. I mean, you know, me, I have time because here it's only 5 o'clock. I still have to wait 2 hours to go eat. Oh. So if you have questions, if people want to go because you want to do your finishing Yom Kippur things, thank you very much for participating. It was a very, very inspiring day. If you need to go, if you want to stay and if you have questions, then you can ask, it's fine, but we can also finish.
I would just like,
thank you
for the questions. Anat has internet problems.
Okay.
She's in Amsterdam now. But I would like to thank you very much on behalf of everybody here for this practice, including the morning session, the afternoon session, and this session. Thank you so much for guiding us in this practice, teaching us, showing us the way. thank you everybody for participating. Most of us probably have been here in the morning and afternoon session, so you heard about the ways to show our generosity. So if for those who haven't heard it, you can find the details how to donate the dana in our website, the bottom of the page where we entered this session. As you know, we only take the part that we need for practice, to continue to pay for our expenses, and the rest we donate to our dear teacher. I hope we all have a very good Jewish year, and from all of us, Anila, thank you so much. Have a perfect, good, Samsaric Jewish year. And
thank you.
Meet you after the question and answer session next week, hopefully.
Yeah, well, on Wednesday, actually, already.
Wednesday, no?
Wednesday, yeah.
Sure, every Wednesday we have a teaching with Anila. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so maybe we finish on that note. I think it's a really nice note. If you have questions, you can come on Wednesday and ask them on Wednesday. And I see Noah, now you have your own computer. It's not Nia anymore, so that's perfect. So have a very nice evening.
Thank you so much,
No, thank you very much. Enjoy your meal. You deserve it. So, you know,
very much.
So enjoy, but offer it first. Offer it, you know, so that everybody has free access to food, and that nobody needs to suffer in order for us to nourish our body also. Yeah, nobody has to create negativities. We don't have to kill. We don't have to steal, things like that. And then enjoy. Okay? So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
See you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.